God, this sounds really kind of ridiculous in English. They call me the chin of the group for the obvious reasons. It's good, it's radio, so you can't really see me.
Actually, his chin is resting on the microphone
Yes,
currently.
it's
like
a
a shelf.
Yeah.
I have.
We usually
it's
tell
great.
people about 6 inches from their mouth, but yours is about 6 inches
Yes.
from your mouth, 2 inches from your
Exactly.
chin. Right?
That is great.
What's up, guys? This is Koki. My title's even weirder in English.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest one of the group.
He's the cutest.
The
young
cutest
girl.
young
I worked very hard for my
Aw.
title as youngest, and the other guys always try to beat me to it, but I always
Every
come out on
day,
top.
you
yeah.
just
You got that natural advantage.
Yeah.
I was born a few years after
Yeah.
you guys.
Well, we're so happy to have you guys here in the studio. Really
Thank you
wanna
for
thank
having us.
Yeah,
This is
this is
awesome.
awesome.
Y'all have been busy too, huh?
Yeah, we just had
Been
our,
for a
our
while.
comeback. It's crazy. Our album came out just about 2 weeks ago now. It's called First Edition, and our title song is called Stress. So we've been doing all the mukbang songs and
Yeah.
interviews, and it's been crazy, but a good crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good
You guys are
crazy.
excited. You're happy.
Yeah, no, it's-
working
yes.
hard.
Stress is so fun.
Yeah.
Really
that's
like
it.
stress.
Have you heard it?
Of
Did you
course,
party
we
to
played it. Oh,
Yes.
please.
We're gonna
That
play
is
it
my
today
jam.
again.
Please.
Is stress causing you stress right now?
Just to clear it up for viewers, we mean stress as in our song, not like stress is fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Frank
yeah,
is up
good
here like, I love stress. Stress is my
I did it.
favorite.
It probably came out like that.
I don't know how you're doing at work, but stress is wonderful.
Hey,
정말 살기가 힘들다 이렇고 하면 시작은 왜 하는 건지 참을 만큼 참았어 난 왜겠어 할 말은 해야 하겠어 여길 보라고 갈 수가 없잖아 막다른 길이야 안 보여 우리라면 안돼 I'm just I'm just
I'm just
edition.
stressed.
Yes. All right, let it out,
Let it
Kobe.
Let it
yes,
out.
that
I'm
was
so
Stress there, the comeback track from the boys who are in the studio today. So happy to have you guys again. So, Kobe, you're going to take the reins now and start off with a gold question, so-called gold question.
So-called gold question. This is like the ultimate Ajashi question.
What is that?
So are you guys ready to go? I gotta wanna ask you a question.
Oh my God.
What gives you stress and what makes you feel like this? I got all four of your songs in one intro. Yes.
This was Chris.
Yes, just dropping
Who made
plug.
this up?
Me and Chris together.
Oh my god, I love him.
We worked
love
like a
it.
whole lunch on this.
I love it.
You guys are incredible.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
So
Can
those
you-
are
can
the
you actually
tracks of
message
their
us that?
songs.
Those are like four of their songs in like 2 lines.
Wow,
Yes.
I'm impressed.
I think we should ask our fans that. We should put it on our social media.
Yeah. Exactly.
Frank's like,
Gives
because
you
I don't have
stress
the
and how do
answer.
you deal with it?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
All right. That was not on the script. That's what they're saying. But the way you guys came into K-pop is very different from how most other K-pop performers started. Do you guys feel like that start has given you a unique perspective on K-pop? And if so, how?
Yeah, definitely. We originally started back in New York.
Right.
Our creator, Borg Kim, she was getting her MFA at Columbia University and creating a documentary about the making of a K-pop group with non-Korean members. So we started off in the fine arts world, so immediately our start was so different, and we performed at many fine art venues throughout the U.S. and and then once we realized like we were ready to take things to the next level, we wanted to come to Seoul and have our debut here and then release our album. So our journey has been so different on many levels.
Also, though, because we had all separately worked in entertainment, we were all pursuing careers in entertainment before joining the group. Our experience and our view on how entertainment works is, I think, very different from most other K-pop idols, because they do start very young here and they start in these training programs, and that's how they I guess get better. But our upbringing has been like so vastly different that it's really hard to compare the two.
Yeah.
So what kind of advantages does that bring?
It's hard to be like, oh, that's definitely an advantage, because it's just so different, you know. Like if we were given the opportunity, because I'm from Croatia, but I grew up in Croatia, but then I moved to the States, and they all grew up in the States. If we were given an opportunity at a very early age, like talented kids are here, like, okay, you're gonna go into this sort of a training school or a training camp at a really early age, and intense, but you're working towards something, If we had an opportunity to do that, we definitely would have done that. But unfortunately, that's not really how things work in the West. So we all sort of pursued our own musical passions in our own different way. Like, I started singing at a very early age, and that led to like me studying music and music theater and majoring and all that. So everybody has like all this different background. So I think it gives us an advantage when we sit down at the table and when we're talking about what song are we going to write next, and because we can kind of combine all these different influences in a single track. So I think in that way it gives us an advantage to create like something new and exciting and different. But I don't know, if I would say that.
I wouldn't be able to say one is better than the other or worse, just because it's just different.
Yeah. It's like a perfect example. Our song "Stress" is like a pop song with very kind of straightforward pop melodies, and then she made belting like Queen at the end of it.
Yes.
Freddie Mercury over there.
Pretty good example.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But even probably writing the song, I mean, coming from different backgrounds and having different personalities and upbringings helps you, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
A lot of the times
you can contribute a lot of things.
Yeah, we sort of like once we start writing, we establish what our concept is, and we all sort of write along those lines. So, and we usually come together really well.
Yeah.
Collaborate. Yeah.
So speaking of K-pop, who were your K-pop inspirations, and who would you like to collaborate with in the future if you could?
Well, personally for me, my first K-pop group was Big Bang.
Okay.
Yeah, I love them. But yeah, the first music video I ever watched for K-pop was Haru Haru. But as a group, though, when we first started, we had looked up to BTS, Bangtan and Big Bang, both as groups to really like focus on and learn from. So of course, if we could collaborate with either one of them too, that would be a dream
Oh my
come
gosh.
true.
Wow.
But I mean, there are just so many talented people in the K-pop industry that choosing just one or two people to collaborate with, I'm sure each
Yeah.
one of us individually has someone.
We got a chance to see both of those groups live as well when we were living in New York. So instantly, it just felt more like this huge attachment to them, and it was incredible.
It's
And
crazy 'cause
they're the
that-
kings of K-pop.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And that was before we even knew we would come to Seoul. You
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
So it just like felt so. Oh my god! It was mind blowing. We were in Jersey. I think we watched it, right? Big Bang concert.
K-Con and,
Yeah.
and Big Bang's concert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the maid tour.
And plus now BTS is so successfully doing the
Blowing up.
crossover.
Killing it right
now.
So it's
Doing
such
amazing.
it's so admirable to watch it just as entertainers, and we're kind of doing the reverse in a sense, but it's just amazing to see them how well they're doing over there. It's amazing.
So proud of you guys. Bridget's chiming in as well. Bridget says hi. She's chiming in on our
Hey, Bridget.
Instagram
Hey, Bridget.
live stream. Join us at this, that, Amy. Kobe, what do you want to get into?
Yeah, most people have expectations, and then the experience is often different, right? So, what were your expectations when you first started this project, and what has the reality been like so far?
I think for one thing that we were immediately, surprised by was how quickly we hit the ground running when we got here and how intense our schedule got. And it was great, and we got a taste of Korean entertainment real quickly. And our days were extremely long. We had like 6 to 8 hour dance rehearsals with
It's
then
one
a
thing
vocal
to
lesson.
hear about it, but then when you're actually
we're like, we
getting
can
up
do
at
it. We
6
can do
a.m., you're
it.
like,
Then we're doing it every single day. We're like,
We even look back now and we're like,
how did we do it? 6 a.m.
We were like zombies for the first winter we were here.
Yeah, 6 a.m. waking up and then getting into bed at like 11 p.m. like consistently every day, learning Korean.
Learning,
And I think that's another thing. Korean is so difficult,
Yeah.
and we got a taste of that as well in New York. But like, it really became more difficult once we were
Yeah.
here because we're surrounded by Korean speakers, so we need to step up our game. And also being away from like our loved ones. I personally didn't realize that we were gonna. I thought we were gonna go home, I guess, more often, but we have not. We've been home once, and the whole time we've been here, And it's just because like we're just always so busy, so it's really hard to plan ahead and be like, we're gonna go home that week
and
because
of
we
course,
might get
as
booked
a
or
new,
something.
as a new group, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of difficult to be. We're not in the position to be like, and now we're going to be off.
Yeah.
Taking a
Yeah,
break.
like the train is going. You just want to
It-
keep it going.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
chugging along.
it's just hard for our families to sort of understand sometimes. Like, when are you coming home?
You got to bring them over here. That's
I
how it's
know,
done. Trust me, this is
seriously.
how I've done it for the
Oh,
last
really?
10 years.
Yes,
It's like,
same.
I'm not coming home. You guys come over
Please,
here.
any advice you have?
We got a text message from one of your fans. Hello, I am Korean BB, nickname Moonlight. Question, when was the best moment of your life? That's a hard
Of our
question.
life?
Besides this moment right now.
Obviously.
Entire life?
This is of course.
Yeah, if you can pick,
I mean, other than right now.
like,
Yes.
let's say I give you a time machine right now. You go back
Oh
to
my
one
gosh.
moment in life. What would it be? Not even like a
One
day,
moment in
not
time.
even an era, like a special moment.
I got one.
All right,
one.
Koki.
My most memorable moment and the point that I realized I wanted to like pursue performance was the first musical I ever did was Hairspray, and it was Corny Collins, and there was a point in the first show that we ever did, and there's the big can of hairspray, and everyone's spraying this hairspray, and I'm walking down the stage, and like the lights, and it felt like I was in a movie. Like I couldn't really see the audience, but like it felt like I was watching. It felt like I was watching a movie, and like it was that moment that I was like, wow, this is so amazing that like this feeling is something that I'm gonna end up chasing for the rest of my life.
Wow.
All that aerosol went to your head.
Yeah, I was just
This
like,
is awesome.
I was in a different world.
oh my god, I'm trying to think.
I know, it's so
Well, I
hard.
guess my moment would be very similar to yours. Back when I was in Croatia, I did this TV talent show, and yeah, it was the same. It was the same thing. I don't know. I was like maybe 10 years old, but it was like all the lights and the cameras and
Yeah.
everything, and that was my first experience of like what I could be doing in life. And yeah, I think it was that moment. I think I was singing Frank Sinatra's "My Way."
Oh,
Yes.
my gosh.
Yes.
With a lot of life experience under your belt.
Yeah.
10 years old.
I've done this my way.
Yes.
Got grounded for it a lot, but I did it my way, right? So.
I think for me, actually, probably the first time I like stepped foot in New York City, because that's when I realized like, wow, this really is like the city of dreams, and this is where I need to end up to like make my to follow my passion. And like I remember just stepping out of the bus station. Actually, I had gone with my family and looking out and seeing like all these bright lights, and like I just felt like this energy like take over. I'm like, I'm gonna live here one day, and I'm gonna like make my dreams come true. And I think I was like a freshman in high school. So
Wow.
like, and then right out of high school, I moved to New York, and like
And there would be no Seoul without New York.
no, yeah, and
any of
honestly,
us.
without New
Right.
York,
Oh,
I don't
right,
know. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
where I would be today. Like God, New York has been. It's like my second home. So
Yeah.
Just quickly, I guess in regards to like the entertainment field, first, the best moment. I think when I was 14, I got signed to an acting agency in New York, like one of the top ones, and I never, growing up, I never thought that could be possible. You know, I grew up in Long Island, and yeah, I just couldn't believe it. I submitted to, you know, maybe 60, 70 agencies, finally heard back, went into the city for the first time, you know, with my mom, and got the call back that they, I mean, the agent was actually quite cold, but that's just kind of how they are.
Typical.
She called my mom. She's like, you know what? The thing is, he can act and he looks okay. We don't have anyone that looks like him. Bring him in. I was like, oh, all right, I'll take it. Yeah,
so great.
Yeah, so that was,
We'll take him.
yeah, it's a good moment.
Awesome. Well, keep those questions coming in, guys. You can text us at #1013 for 51 each message, or you can hit us up on our Instagram live stream at @this_that_Amy. Zani O, I believe, is in here with another question, but I think we're going to save it for the second hour of the program.
Sure.
We'll pause here for our news break, and also, Kobe, what should we listen to?
We're going to listen to Feel Like This.
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
our first single.
Yeah.
EXP edition, and feel it.
Feel it.
This.
오손에 손을 잡아줘 번개가 그칠 때까지 해가 눈에 뜰 때까지 네 품에 취할 때까지 힘들 때 나를 불러줘 어둠이 가실 때까지 주위가 끝날 때까지 내 품에 취할 때까지 그대 생각에 영원한 이 순간 나 숨쉬는 이유 Without you I'm hopeless 당신도 내가 전부라 말해줘 알아 we know it we need it to feel like this Feel like this Feel like this Feel like this 혼란한 나를 안아줘 다시 나로 찾을 때까지 네가 나를 만날 때까지 새로운 내가 될 때까지 지칠 때 나를 찾아줘 너의 천국이 될 때까지 내 삶이 다가올 때까지 우리의 밤이 될 때까지 그대 생각에 영원한 이 순간 나 숨쉬는 이유 Without you I'm hopeless 당신도 내가 전부라 말해줘 알아 we know it we need it to feel like this Feel like this Feel like this We feel like this Feel like this Feel like this Feel like this Feel like
EXP edition in the studio, and we're going through a live interview today. So keep those questions coming in for the boys. You can text us at #1013 for 51 each message, or hit us up for free on our social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just look us up, This That Amy. So let's get to the second half of the interview right now.
걸음걸이 말투 나의 색깔은 so 머리부터 발끝까지 내 스타일은 so 버릇처럼 밤을 새는 생활은 so I'm so 한국의 심장 이 땅에
Welcome back to Soulmates here on This, That, and Amy. Kobe's in the studio as always, and we have some hotness here. Live Fire EXP edition.
Amy, I love how you talk about yourself in that way. It's
Please.
She always talks about today.
empowering.
No, it is frigid in here usually, but today, I don't know, something's different. So, Kobe, you had another question for the guys.
I did. So your group has led many people to ask, like, what is K-pop, right? So in your opinion, what is K-pop and what is your role in K-pop?
That is the gold question
Is
right
the gold
there.
question.
I think
Second hour is
actually-
much tougher than it is.
Yeah, I'll start. I think, people keep asking us that. What is K-pop? And I think now more than it's obvious that K-pop has evolved so much. It's now has become a global music genre. Like, you have people from all over the world listening to K-pop. I have people reaching out to me from, Croatia, where I'm from, but I never knew there were like K-pop fans there. So I think if anything, what we're doing, it's just a testament to this great genre of what it's become. And it's only natural that since you have listeners from all over the world, it's only natural that you're going to get more people who want to become a part of it. So I think what's happening with K-pop and what we're doing, kind of leading this, I don't know, transition into, the different level of whatever that is going to become soon with K-pop.
I think one thing that like K-pop we've seen even in the past 5 years, it's just constantly changing, and you're constantly seeing new sounds, new influences, new styles of groups, and we're just a group with non-Korean members. So I think a lot more changes will be coming in the next 5 years that we don't even know. Like, we don't know where K-pop is going. But I never realized that I never thought of music as something like only this type of person should do this type of genre music until we started doing K-pop and started getting so many different varied opinions. But I think music is music. Like, if you love a certain genre of music, do it. Like, why should you not be able to do something you love?
It's just basically like you're trying to define a genre of music, and that's basically impossible. And even like G-Dragon from Big Bang is confused why K-pop's called K-pop. He just called it pop. And
that interview was so great.
You there are so many musicians out there who are like crossing different genres, and it's not like people are saying like, oh, this person can only do this sort of music because that's what they do. It doesn't make any sense. So
K-pop just has that extra those extra elements that pop is sort of lacking these days. I think everywhere else, with groups and this choreo and just the culture. And
You're
the
talking
fashion.
about fashion and
just all the different elements that K-pop gives. It's like wow.
There's more to it than just the music,
Yeah.
right? And I think
Right.
that's
it's more of
right.
like a perfected product.
yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, we've got 4310, our texter here, says that 2 Korean BBs came to TBS. Your fan club, or they're called BB. So they said we have a present for you guys, but we don't know how we can meet.
We'll meet you guys down in
I'll grab it,
the
don't
lobby
worry.
after, probably.
Yes.
Right? After
Yes.
this. Yeah. So wait for us.
라비에서
We'll see you soon.
만날게요.
네, 꼭 봐요.
많이 기대해 주세요.
So 4310 also wants to know, do you have any impressive fans or what your best gift was from a fan? Do you guys get a lot of fan mail?
I have to say, probably the paintings that we received,
The
a month or two.
artists, yeah.
This fan, she
talented,
was
these
incredible.
fans are.
Like, the artwork was.
I think I have a picture.
Yeah.
I also got multivitamins once.
You were like,
You're a growing boy.
healthy now.
You're a growing boy.
They are. Look.
Were they like the Flintstones ones? Or?
No, they were like They were like fancy.
Like,
ones.
It's so detailed and
Oh, wow.
so.
Yeah.
No, but like
And
the
they pay
painting-
attention to detail.
Yeah.
Like Hunter loves chips, and it's like a thing now. And fans always bring him different types of chips.
Yeah.
And it's great
Like
because
his
I usually
favorite-
forget to eat before a show. So at the end, if
They're
someone
like,
brings you
"Hunter,
Pringles or chips, I'm like,
Eat
"You
so you
got
don't
me.
get sick.
You got me. I can respect that.
It's it's
You
really
drop
cute.
some hints then, like I love gold.
Right?
Diamonds are forever. No, honestly,
That'd be
anything
great.
anything that we get, we're just it's.
I
so
just got a
sweet.
really nice sweater and it's so cold, so I appreciate
That's
that.
sweet.
So sweaters and chips, huh?
Yes.
All right.
and art.
And speaking of fans and what their opinions, so K-pop fans are very passionate and vocal. So you guys have received some criticism, as you said before. But how has this criticism affected you guys, both positively and negatively?
We received it? When?
Kobe,
You're
I'm not
probably
quite
sleeping
sure what
because
you're
I-
referring to. No, I mean,
Somebody said that. I don't know.
yeah, I think we'd be kind of naive to think that we weren't going to get criticism when we started this. I think when you do something new in an
I was definitely naive. I'm
like
putting it on the table. I didn't realize. we were
I
gonna
kind of
get much
expected it, maybe not to the degree that we got it and the attention that we got when we began. Because when we started, we only had a few posts on Instagram and no song out, nothing. Just
Yeah.
the mere existence of us. People were like,
Outraged.
This is back in New York.
yeah, this was in New York. So I think that gave us a little bit of a warning what was to come. But, you know, we understand it. And like anything new, it takes people a little bit of time to get used to it and see that things don't have to be the way that they are. And it's okay.
Yeah, I think also a lot
change.
of people are coming sort of around right
Yeah.
now because a lot of people just assume that some people are afraid that we would be making fun of K-pop too, you know, but we have literally given up our lives to, you know, to move to Korea and left our friends and families behind because we really do want to do this. We want to learn the language. We want to live the culture. We want to work in the Korean industry here in Seoul where it all started. So I think that has sort of
Yeah, and definitely with stress, like being out now, like there's so many things that we sort of like stepped up. You know, we stepped up our game with our pronunciation, with with choreography, and just everything. I think it was more like us,
Yeah.
and yeah, like we're so proud of the work that we did with Stress and the mini album. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
We'll
It's
continue
great
working
that
hard.
you're it's great that you're using that rather than quitting and giving up. You
Yeah.
just use it and push yourself forward. Very proud of you guys for that. We're going to take a listen to another one of your songs. This is EXP edition, Ready to Go.
Yeah.
They say it's my time, I'm waiting to know. They say it's your chance, baby, don't let go. I'm not ready to go. Oh, oh, oh. I'm not ready to go. Oh, oh, oh. I'm not ready to go. I've been scared of the city cause she hasn't been with me. There's no other place I'd rather go, no. I wanna stay wrapped up with you under covers. I don't ever wanna let you go. We can take the world on with a single thrown stone, but I ain't ready now, I ain't ready to go. Stay here with me, don't leave. We have everything that we need. I'm not letting you go. Two hearts beat in rhythm, sync up to the feeling. Let's not kill this vibe. Those nights we were fading, we knew we'd make it out of this alive.
Stay in this moment with me. Pretend we don't have to leave. Right here, right now's all we need. And I know I'm not
like 2 hours.
Right?
Pineapple cake. Paper Jam says, I love you, Koki. Advance happy birthday.
It's Sunday. Oh, this
wow.
week. Saturday.
Sunday.
Sunday.
You're a good roommate. Come on.
Next week. Sunday. 2018.
There it is, EXP edition ready to go. We do have the boys in the studio, and they are ready to go for our quick fire round of questions from Koki. There it is, EXP edition ready to go. We do have the boys in the studio, and they are ready to go for our quick fire round of questions from Kobe. I think.
like
Are
what
you
you
guys
did
ready?
there.
Yes.
I like that.
You know, I'm a radio DJ. Segues. That's all I do. All right, so let's get some time on the clock and go through some quick fire questions.
Okay.
Don't think, just answer whatever comes to your head. Koki, you're up first.
K-pop or K-dramas?
K-pop.
Shime.
K-pop.
K-pop.
Yeah, K-pop.
All right.
Favorite
Favorite Korean word? Koki.
First word. First
Hurry,
word that
hurry,
comes
hurry.
to your mind.
Hurry.
Anything.
Magne.
Mine's Dugan Dugan. That's Hunter.
Gotcha. Thank you, Hunter.
때문에.
Popo.
Yeah.
Yes.
부끄럽다.
Dancing or singing? Anyone.
Singing.
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 Alrighty. Soju or Fireball?
Both. 100% that.
Together?
Yes.
Soju.
It's for you, Chris.
Soju.
Money, fame, or love?
Love.
Love.
Okay, money.
No.
Hello, Koki. We're still doing the interview.
Solar New York.
미안합니다, but New York.
Yeah, New York.
Oh, I love New York.
All right. How about you guys each ask each other one now?
Okay, Hunter.
Don't do it.
Mozzarella or Parmesan?
Parmesan. More salty.
Okay.
Cookie, sour candy or
Sour candy.
pastries?
Oh my god.
Bakery pastries.
Oh no.
That's good.
probably.
Pastries.
Oh. Shime, bulgogi or samgyeopsal?
Ooh, samgyeopsal.
Hunter, ketchup or mustard?
Mustard. Frankie, hairspray or the color red?
That is so hard. Oh.
He's my roommate. I know these things.
I'm gonna have to. I guess hairspray. Lately, it's just been hairspray.
Lately, it changed.
There's a lot of hair.
There's a lot of hair. There's a lot of hair.
Oh, my palyon sick. That was really good. Wow, you caught me off guard there.
All right.
With the color red.
Hairspray or the color red? I'm glad I would have never.
And he literally was like,
So specific.
toughest question ever. Money,
Oh,
love, or
man.
fame usually stomps people. He's like, no problem.
Yeah.
Hairspray or red? Oh my God.
What do I do?
What an evil question.
Chris Pemberton's like, Shime said soju. It's like I don't even know him anymore.
Oh my God! It's just
He only means soju grapefruit, but otherwise,
No. It's just because the fireball is so peppery. I'm still
can
gonna
only-
drink it with you, Chris, later. Okay.
So we got a question here from Pineapple Neem on Twitter that says,
pineapple name.
what is EXP Edition's favorite food that they miss from America, and what foods do they love that can only be found in Korea? EXP Edition,
question.
fighting!
Mine and Shime's favorite food that we miss from America is Chipotle.
Oh my God.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
it's Chipotle.
They don't have it.
They have a ripoff one here.
Yes, they
I
have
know.
quite a few.
But it's a
But it's,
ripoff.
but it's not
Yeah,
Chipotle.
it's not Chipotle.
True.
Okay. What else?
Maybe
what-
salt and vinegar chips.
You
Yeah.
can find
You
those
guys
guys
get
at
them.
the
You can
chips,
find
huh?
those
Yeah.
here.
Oh, your BBs can get that. You
I
can-
rarely see salt and vinegar chips, but
Yeah, very
Plug-
For
legit.
me, it's two because I use food as a vehicle to eat condiments. So it's ranch dressing and wheat thins, specifically the tomato and basil flavored ones.
But not
par-
together, right? You don't put
No,
the ranch
I
dressing.
dip it. Of
basil
course I do.
yes.
For Christmas, my parents sent me
strange.
5 bottles of ranch dressing and 4 boxes of wheat thins.
And it was the best Christmas
And it was a
ever.
happy Christmas.
It was the best week of his life.
Is that a good
It
ratio
lasted
though?
almost a
5
week.
bottles to 4 boxes?
he loved it so much. Our
Lasted about 2
refrigerator,
weeks. Yeah.
our refrigerator had like 5 bottles, and they were all open.
Yeah.
They were different.
finished.
They were
Like
different.
one bottle.
Different flavors, a different ranch palette.
You're a connoisseur of ranch.
I am.
Lava.
Best ranch flavor. What do you got?
guacamole.
We also got an email from Soren Christensen who said, listening to TBS and EXP in Denmark right now.
Wow, we have fans in Denmark. That's so
Yeah.
amazing.
But we performed at
in Denmark.
Roskilde in
That's right, we
Denmark
performed
this
at
past
Roskilde.
summer.
They say, Amy, tell the EXP boys good job, and they sound very good. Best
Oh
regards.
wow,
from
Soren all the way in
Soren.
Denmark. Thank you so much.
That's amazing that we have fans in Denmark. Love
Ooh,
you.
listening all the way from Denmark. All right, so Kobe, what do you want to get into next?
So yeah, we usually talk about Seoul in this section. So what has your experience in Seoul been like so far?
Amazing, wonderful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the subways here compared to New York, woo, perfection.
They smell a lot better, right?
Yeah, and they're a lot cleaner. They're nicely lit. They
time.
have bathrooms. They have
People give me their
vending-
seats sometimes. I don't know why.
I think
They're afraid of you. They're just like, take it, I'm gone.
Honestly, the food is just
I'm gonna go to
so.
another
Yeah,
car.
the food's
The
amazing.
food is so good. Like everything that I try, I'm just like, wow, this is.
But
so
the
amazing.
best part for
I
me
mean, that
about
was- oh,
Korea
that was-
is the people.
Yeah.
Yes, I think
There's
we can
just
all
so
agree on that.
Koreans have always been extremely welcoming from day one. It's just
We always feel safe. We always
Yeah.
feel welcomed and like.
I've never felt like in danger here
Yeah.
ever.
Those
Also,
BBs
it's
take
surrounded.
care of
Yeah, surrounded by mountains. Seoul is, so it's always beautiful. On a
I
clear
mean,
day.
it could be because we're foreigners who don't really know, but we've even been doing interviews sometimes, and people like are waving and saying hi to us, and they're like, "Do you know them?" We're like, no, we're just saying hello.
Hunter and I, when we go through the mall now, we literally say hi to everyone. And you say hello, and they're kind of like,
at like the
"What do you say?"
cosmetic counters. They're like,
Yeah, we just say hi to everyone.
cream to him.
That one girl was like, she's like, oh,
Eye cream? No, okay.
We'll get back to, I forgot the question, continue the question from the listener. What food that you can only get in Seoul do you really like? Yeah.
Mountain
빈대떡.
garlic. Oh, 빈대떡.
빈대떡.
I just love
빈대떡.
samgyeopsal so much. I love samgyeopsal and somek.
You're like shedding a tear right now.
That's getting
Love.
really emotional. I haven't had samgyeopsal in like a while.
I think we're due for it this
No,
weekend.
in like
Yeah.
2 weeks
Oh,
almost.
wow.
Okay, it's
been like
it's
a few months
serious.
for me.
Yeah, we need to go get some maybe tonight.
We usually go to our neighborhood koki chip, and the amount, I'm a vegetarian, but the amount of eat that these guys meet is
Stop.
just
The amount of
astonishing.
eat that we need.
The
amount of meat that we
These guys eat. Yes. Tongue twister.
It's not that much. It's not that much. It's just a you.
Hunter-
you eat
Hunter-
very little.
Hunter eats a lot of onions and,
And mushrooms.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Singing rooms are very popular in Korea. So if you guys had to pick one song to sing at the singing room, what would you sing and why? Besides your song.
Shimei, this is when you plug your single.
Just plug your single.
Oh yes, my single came out recently. 모든 걸 다 잃어도, or I Found You. Please look it up on YouTube. But but actually, if
Is
I
it
go,
dedicated to samgyeopsal?
it's all about samgyeopsal. I found you, and the samgyeopsal found me. You know.
Oh my god, new version.
Yes.
Get on
I think when I go to I usually sing. I sing "Creep" by what is it?
Radiohead.
Radiohead.
And,
You also
Yeah.
sing "Somebody to Love" by Queen.
Yeah, somebody to
Somebody to
love.
Love,
Yes.
Queen. I sing a lot of Queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're always great for the Noibang.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
What
song that I sing it's called Somek, and I drink it while I watch Shimei.
Probably lately. I mean, since I've been in Korea, it's always been shabang shabang, which you can see a version of it on our YouTube, where we did in Hongdae.
We went to that huge, the famous karaoke,
Yeah.
karaoke bang in Hongdae, the one where all the tourists can see you, kind
Yeah.
of. And it was quite a scene there.
Yeah, we did. We
but-
definitely caused a scene, and we tore it up. Pillows.
Wait, Shabang Shabang's a real song? It's not like
It
a,
is.
It's
Ricky Martin, like
excuse
Shebang
me,
Shebang
not
with
in
a
front
bad
of the
accent?
Shabang Shabang
Master.
master.
Sorry, the
How
master.
dare you?
As you can yell.
Okay.
Ooh.
Come on, hit him with it. You gave him a taste.
No, it's good. I don't want to.
Okay.
Got him. Ooh, Kelly thought it was
She's like, and that mic is done.
Please get a replacement.
Questions are done. But no, honestly, we've sadly come to the end. We've ran out of
Already?
time.
Wow, that was
This
went by
last-
really fast.
Minute or so. Why don't you guys just give us your final thoughts? Tell us what you have coming out, and say goodbye to our lovely audience.
I would say to all of our fans, our BBs, you guys are so amazing to us, and their support throughout this new album has just been so encouraging and heartwarming. And to any new listeners or any new fans potentially, you know, we are definitely different. Please give us a chance. Listen to our story. Listen to our music, and yeah, we love you guys so much. EXP Edition fighting.
Fighting.
Ting.
One more thing from Twitter. BB Amy, I have to read this one off. Says,
This is you? You texted your own
I
show?
tweeted myself. Says, can Koki call the other members Hyung with Aegyo?
Oh, let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
You know, I want to see this.
Yeah, I wanted to see
Yes,
this.
we all want to see this.
Ready?
They actually call me Hyun.
What?
Yeah, right.
We don't even have.
And then he wakes up.
We just say you over there.
Yeah,
Let's
we
go.
just say you.
Yeah.
Pour my drink.
Come on, Koki, let's go.
Our
You can
name-
start with me. With Aegyo, please.
You can't do
the
it.
Croatian accent.
No, just do it.
This is radio. Want a time limit?
네, 형. 헌터 형, 프랭키 언니.
Older sister.
Yes.
Let's see what kind of dynamics we got going on.
This should be part number 2 of the interview, but unfortunately, we're out of time for today. I want to thank you guys again for coming in. Thank you so much. EXP Edition.
Thank you guys.
All right, and thank you again, Kobe. We'll see you next week for another
Thank you.
interview.
And make sure you guys follow them on social media and find them.
Yes.
Lots of good stuff,
Yes.
right? So-
EXP Edition TV Tuesday.
All right, I'm going to be back with part 4 after EXP Edition Karawara.
내 심장은 hit the floor 갑자기 또 나만 이래 하였는데 그게 잘 안 되네 미치겠네 내코 건들지 마 틈했던 넌 보지 마 You got me paralyzed I can't move 내가 이럴 적이 없는데 네 앞에서 왜 넋소리 내가 이럴 적이 없는데 네 앞에서 왜 넋소리 Gotta with her baby with a little 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 소주잔에 비친 네 모습이 너무 예뻐 나한테 좋지 않아 이 조명력이 없잖아 yeah. 쟁긴 소주 나 여기 완전 달려 내 잠좀 재봐봐 넌 내꺼 하면은 돼 이런 적이 없는데 네 앞에서 왜 넋소리 Gotta with her
TBS EFM. Thousands of athletes